During our lifetime, we never see a catastrophic earthquake along the New Madrid, but we've got to be prepared.
Getting ready for a major disaster. That's the goal behind the State Emergency Management Agency's Earthquake Summit. Hundreds of people attended the event today in Poplar Bluff. Madison Orchard is live in the studio to tell us more about it. Madison.
Kathy, the annual summit brings together first responders and emergency management from across the region. Organizers say it helps start important conversations about what recovery would look like if a major earthquake ever struck.
We come together learning about earthquakes, learning how to be prepared, and learning how the state is going to support your efforts following an earthquake.
SEMA Preparedness Director Melissa Friel says the summit sets the stage for experts to share their knowledge.
We talked a little bit about individual preparedness. What should your disaster kit look like? What should you have for your family? How many days of water should you have on hand?
The readiness of an AED or a severe bleed, severe trauma kit make the difference between life and death.
Roger Matai works with Zone Medical and deploys AEDs and emergency medical kits. He shows off the gear and explains the benefits of having them on hand.
If we can treat the patient within a very timely manner, we have a very good positive outcome. If not, outcomes are usually negative, and usually if you have a catastrophic event, your infrastructure is going to be delayed due to maybe roads or bridges that are damaged, trees that are down, etc.
We need to be prepared to take care of those impacted by the disaster, make sure we can meet their fundamental needs following a catastrophic event like an earthquake along the New Madrid. We've got to be able to take care of our people.
Part of today's event is making sure Heartland residents have access to safety information. So you can find some earthquake preparedness tips with this story on your KFES News app. Kathy?
All right, Madison, thank you.